girls? Thank you for clicking on this video. Go ahead and comment down below something fun you did. I want to know what you did over fall break. I know Nora and Emery took a big trip on an airplane. Was that fun, girls? Go ahead and tell me what the rest of you guys did. We went to Disney World and it was hot, hot, hot. So we're glad to be back in the cooler weather because it was super hot. Also, go ahead and comment down below a prayer request that you might have. Let's go ahead and get started today. So we have learned about Jacob and Esau and how Jacob's name means a deceiver. And when they were being born as twins, Jacob grabbed onto the heel of Esau because Esau was number one. He was the firstborn and Jacob wanted to be. And we remember that Esau sold his birthright to Jacob for a bowl of soup. Yes. And Jacob had to flee to a different land. And after several years, and they came back together. And Esau had forgiven Jacob. Well, now Jacob is much older. He has lots of children. And his favorite is his son, Joseph. Now, Joseph's brothers were very jealous of him because Joseph had a dream that all these stalks of wheat were bowing down to his stalk of wheat. And then he had another dream that the sun, moon, and the stars bowed down before him. And this made his brothers mad. Now, I don't think Joseph was trying to be mean about it. I think he was just telling them what the dreams were that he had. And they were very jealous. They were also jealous because Jacob gave Joseph a coat of many colors. So he had this special, colorful coat, and the rest of them didn't have this. They were very jealous. Well, one day, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers. As his brothers saw him coming, they started devising a plan. They made a plan to kill Joseph. They hated him so much and they were so jealous that they would be willing to kill him. Jealousy is an ugly, ugly thing. It's really easy to be jealous, but don't let it take you over because this is what jealousy can do. It can take over your life. They wanted to throw Joseph into a pit. One of the brothers, Reuben, told the other brothers not to kill Joseph. Let's just throw him in a pit, but let's not hurt him. Reuben planned to come back later and rescue Joseph. The brothers grabbed Joseph. They stole his special coat and tossed him into the pit. As the brothers sat and ate, a group of travelers that traded came by. Judah suggested that they sell Joseph to the traders. The traders took Joseph to Egypt, and the brothers led their father to believe that Joseph had been killed. They took some animal blood and put it on his coat of many colors and took it back to their father, Jacob, and said, "See, he was killed by a wild animal." It was a terrible thing to do, and Jacob was heartbroken. While Joseph is in Egypt, he works for a man named Potiphar, and he's doing pretty good. He's like number one in Potiphar's house. Well, Potiphar's wife does something really ugly, and she tells a terrible lie on Joseph. And so Potiphar throws Joseph into jail. Now, do you think it could have gotten worse? Number one, your brothers hate you. Number two, they want to kill you. Number three, they throw you in a pit and sell you. Now you're in a dungeon in this ruler's house because his wife told a lie about you. Things are not looking good for Joseph. While Joseph was in this prison, two men who worked for Pharaoh, which was like the king of Egypt, were thrown into prison with them. And they had dreams that troubled them. And they asked if anybody could interpret them. And Joseph could with God's help. So he interpreted their dreams. One of them Their dream meant that they would be restored back into Pharaoh's house, doing their job they had before. The other one, their dream meant that they would be killed. Both of those things came true. And Joseph said to the one man, when your job is restored to you and you're back in Pharaoh's home, remember me, tell him about me. I need out of this jail, out of this dungeon. And you know what? That man forgot all about him. He was so happy to be back in his old job, but he totally forgot about Joseph. So here Joseph is, still just in a dungeon. It's sounding pretty bad for Joseph. But next week, we're going to pick up and see how things really turn around for Joseph. Now, we're going to look at a verse in Psalm chapter 34. And it's the first part of verse 18. The Lord is near unto them that are of a broken heart. Now, don't you know that after all these things that happened to Joseph, he had a broken heart? But the Lord was always with him. He was always near him. And even his father Jacob, he had a broken heart, thinking his son was dead all of this time. But the Lord was with him. And we're going to learn next week how things really come together for Joseph. Thank you, girls, for watching. I'll see you next week.